Hey there, and welcome. If you're here, it probably means you're going through something very intense right now. Maybe your emotions are all over the place. Maybe the world feels unreal. Maybe you're starting to feel like you're losing your grip on who you are. You've heard about spiritual awakening, and maybe you thought it would feel like bliss and love and peace. But instead, it feels like something is being ripped out of you, and it hurts. Today, we're going to talk about why that happens. Why awakening, real awakening, feels so painful. And more importantly, how you can begin to stop fighting it and start flowing with it, even if the storm hasn't passed yet. The truth is, awakening isn't about becoming something new. It's about seeing through everything you thought you were. That's not a small thing. It's not about becoming more spiritual or more kind or more loving in the conventional sense. It's about the collapse of the false self, the ego. And the ego doesn't go down without a fight. It's like a structure that's been built over decades. You've built it with beliefs, traumas, memories, attachments, opinions. And suddenly, through some mysterious grace, that structure starts to fall apart. That's the pain you're feeling. Awakening is painful because it's death. Just not the kind of death the body goes through. It's a death of identification. The one who thought it had control. The one who thought it needed to achieve something. The one who was terrified of not being good enough. That you is what's dying. And make no mistake, the ego does not want to die. That's why awakening feels so chaotic. It's not just a cute phase. It's a full-blown collapse. You might feel like you're in a void. You might feel nothing at all. Or you might be crying every day. This is normal, not comfortable, but normal, for real awakening. One of the biggest mistakes we make is thinking we're doing something wrong when this pain arises. We think, this isn't what awakening is supposed to feel like. But let me say this clearly. This is exactly what awakening is supposed to feel like. It's not always pain, but pain is usually part of the process. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because everything false is being stripped away. You're not being broken, you're being revealed. Now here's the kicker. The pain intensifies the more you resist. Most of us try to go back to the old self when things get too intense. We try to fix it, analyze it, spiritualize it. We distract ourselves. We try to manifest our way out of the pain. But real awakening doesn't care about your vision board. It's not interested in creating a better version of your ego. It's interested in revealing what's underneath it, what's always been here. And the only way that can happen is if you let go. So how do you make it easier? The answer might sound simple, but it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Stop resisting. That doesn't mean giving up. It means surrender. Real surrender. Letting life do what it needs to do. Letting the energy move. Letting yourself cry. Letting yourself feel numb. Letting yourself fall apart without labeling it as wrong. Because the more you try to escape, the more it hurts. Pain is inevitable in awakening. Suffering is optional, and it usually comes from resistance. This is where non-duality becomes important. Non-duality isn't a belief system. It's the recognition that there is no separation. The ego believes in separation. It thinks, I am this body, this identity, separate from the world, separate from others. Awakening pulls back the curtain and shows you that all of that was a dream. And waking up from that dream is not a walk in the park. It's terrifying to the mind. But to awareness, to what you really are, it's liberation. Now here's another trap. The New Age movement. You'll see a lot of people online talking about awakening like it's a trend. They'll talk about ego death like it's just another experience. But many of them are mistaking depression or emotional turmoil for awakening. That doesn't mean they're bad people. They're just confused. Real ego death is not a buzzword. It's not something you try. It's something that happens, and when it does, it breaks you open. You don't brag about it. You barely survive it. And anyone who has truly gone through ego death will tell you, it's not something you wish for. It's something you endure, and it changes you forever. One way to recognize people who are going through real awakening is they always reference deep spiritual teachers. People like Buddha, Ramana Maharshi, Krishnamurti, Eckhart Tolle, Zen masters, because these teachers speak from that same space of no self. They didn't teach ego improvement. They taught ego dissolution. New Agers often avoid these sources. They focus on crystals, manifestations, and energies, which might help in certain ways, but they don't take you to the core. They don't help you see through the illusion of self. Another red flag is the idea of us versus them. You'll see a lot of spiritual content online talking about, we are the chosen ones, the light workers, the star seeds, the indigo children. While some of these terms can hold symbolic meaning, often they reinforce separation. They create a special identity, which again is just another form of ego. Awakening is not about becoming more special. It's about realizing that no one is special, because everything is one. You are the same awareness as the tree, the sky, your worst enemy, your favorite guru. That doesn't mean you approve of everything, but you begin to see that everything arises from the same source. That is non-duality. So let's go deeper. You're feeling pain because you're still trying to hold on to a version of yourself that no longer fits. It's like trying to wear clothes you've outgrown. The ego is trying to survive by controlling the process, analyzing every emotion, or spiritualizing the chaos. But at some point, you have to give up. Not out of defeat, but out of wisdom. You see that the one who's trying to manage everything is the very illusion that's being exposed. As you surrender, you begin to see something incredible. Beneath the pain, there's a stillness, a space, a presence that's always been there. The presence is not in pain. It's not afraid. It doesn't change. It's you, not the person, but the awareness that's aware of the person. That's where your peace lives. Not in fixing your problems, not in returning to the old life, but in recognizing that you were never the story to begin with. Let yourself break down. Let yourself fall. Let everything go if that's what's being asked. It's not a punishment. It's a return to the truth. The pain will pass. The illusion will fall. And in the quiet aftermath, something new will be born. Not a better version of the old self, but the timeless truth of what you are. Thank you for watching. And if this touched something in you, share it with someone who might need it. Because I promise you, this pain has a purpose. It's sacred. You're not falling apart. You're waking up. Stay gentle. Stay soft. And keep letting go.